Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Touken Rambles Podcast, your monthly podcast about all the news surrounding the Touken Ranbu franchise from the game, anime, merchandise, and the 2.5D world. I'm your host, Marissa, and with me, as always, I'm here with Jessie.
Hi.
And Sarah.
Hello.
Alright, so this episode will be covering everything for the month of June. So we'll hop into our community feedback section. We have a really short one, but a great one. A couple of weeks ago, we started our Friday movie nights that are starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually until about midnight, because starting on the musicals right now, we've already watched together as a group. We've watched Atsukashiyama Ibun and Bakuman Tenroden. So if you are interested in watching that and just hanging out with us, please join our Discord group. You can find the link to that in the description on our Twitter page at Touken Rambles. That is everything for community feedback, so we'll hop right into the game section. On June 8th, of course, Underground Treasure Chest ended. How was everyone's Underground Treasure Chest?
I made it to floor 99. That was a first. It's a personal
Yay!
first. Woo! 99 floors and no Hakusan, no Fox baby. But hey, I mean, I got him before, so I'm not really concerned about that. But I was surprised that I didn't even have him once. But I came home with several of the other event kids, so that was good fun. It was always surprising to see which ones would come as you keep going further down. It's like, oh, hi, Goto. Shinano? Hakata, you're a long way from floor 10, buddy. It was really cool. I think it was that one that I managed to get a bunch up to 99.
Yeah. It came. I saw. I conquered. I got my extra exclamation point. That was mostly it. I know I was very frustrated because none of the event kids would drop. Ever.
Oh no.
But then I went to my Smith and he was just like, okay, have a soda, have a Hakata, have a Candy Crush. And I'm just like, what? Pierre, are you okay? Are you drunk? Are you feeling alright? You're being nice to me. What? Is this where all the luck is going? Yeah, my Koban was happy. My Koban's not going to be happy. But my Koban was happy. I had 300,000 again.
Whoa!
I do not have
Nice!
300,000. I will not have that near that much coming up. So yeah, that was UTC.
I ran floor 50 kind of over and over again, trying to get some Koban from the Koban nodes. Didn't reach floor 99 this time because I didn't really want to. And I maxed out our latest Snake Boys. So I got Kokin Denju no Tachi and Jizo Yukihira to level 99. Once again, all of the base swords I have to level 99.
Master Sword is Master Sword.
That was my UTC. I don't know how much Koban I have. I have yet to check in a while. Kind of towards the end of the Underground Treasure Chest event, there is guaranteed Internal Affairs +1 campaign. It ran from June 2nd through the 9th. They're happening at least, I think, once a month, I think, now at this point. Because we had one, I know in May, I know in April. And according to the upcoming month of July, we're going to have another one. Also, on the 2nd of June, Sarah got hit again by our casual/light outfits, which, as we mentioned last month, included Shishio, Kogurasumaru, and Hakusan Yoshimitsu. Did you get them, Sarah?
Wait, they're already implemented?
For Koga Shishio, and
yes.
Hakusan.
Yeah, Koga, Shishio, and Hakusan. Sarah's like getting doubly hit by like these pairs of 3. Oh no, we're not in. This is phase 1 of Sarah Pain.
I was like,
Yep.
Did I fall asleep during this? What?
No. Whoa, we got that whole extra bit. This month's release is coming up, but last month's release with the 3. At least last month you were only hit by 2 of them. I got hit by 1.
Yeah, I 100% Touste woke up and while trying to get ready for work, like brushing teeth with one hand on Touken with the other, went and lost 100,000 koban because I bought both of them. I bought Koga and Shishios.
Bye bye, sweet Koban.
Yep.
There went
Yep.
100,000 out of the 300,000
Yep.
you got from UTC.
Yep. And I'm just like, this is fine. Everything's fine.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's really not. But they're so pretty. They make me so happy. I was very thoroughly attacked. It's a continuous attack.
So after our internal affairs campaign, we had the implementation on June 9th till the 16th. We had the boss drop rate times 2 campaign, as we kind of predicted in between the 2 June events. I kind of stopped playing that week or so. I just logged in, did my daily smiths, and left.
I don't think I even ran a single regular node that week.
I know I didn't. I just needed Boys on Expedition trying to get Koban again.
Pretty much, it was expeditions and the 3 daily smiths. That was it. No, I did run 5-4 because I was trying to get Iwatoshi, and he refused to come home. I just need one more. Please come home, boy. I would just sit here tapping while I was doing stuff on the computer, doing work. I didn't run it too often. It was just when I thought, like, well, I'm just watching TV. I'll just sit here and tap on my phone for hours on end. Let's do that. But after running UTC and constantly tapping on your phone, you don't have as much incentive to do so during a down week.
But it's still nice.
Mhm.
Sometimes it does better than others.
It's a nice reprieve. Speaking of no reprieve, we are right at the end of the current event, which started on June the 16th and will end on the 30th. Pretty much by the time this episode goes out, this event will have ended or will be ending. Is, of course, the Edo Castle infiltration investigation. We knew that Nansen was going to be in the 4th storehouse. They didn't really announce who was in the 3rd one, because he is not a rare sword, but he is the original Edo Castle event sword, and is Sengo. Sengo is hiding in the 3rd storehouse. And of course, my key for the 3rd storehouse into the 4th one was the last freaking chest. I still haven't got Nansen. Kitty is not home yet. I don't know if he will be home. I do the 3 daily passes each reset. I think I forgot 2 morning days. I'm not putting Koban into this one.
Much the same. I'm not putting Koban into this one. I know better. I was attacked by Hawk-san, was scared for this light outfit, and was happy to see that I was not hit very hard this time. I'm using this one to try and get some more of those kids, those last few levels up, because this is such a great one with those special hidden nodes. So I'm just like, okay, let's go. And because for whatever reason, they really lowered the difficulty level for Edo, for like the castle infiltration. So I don't have any Kiwis on my team. And they're all handling it beautifully. And I'm just over here like, perfect, let's go. Go. Got all of my remaining boys that are left to Kiwi. They're all in the 90s now. I think one might be 89. Sorry, Nihongo, you're almost there. But it's so helpful for that. I didn't open any chests until yesterday. My only point for playing at the moment was just the experience and the Koban that's hiding in the storage things. So I am trying to stockpile that because I don't do the expeditions like I should. They're doing great. I managed to open all 4 storage units. I haven't found either of the swords yet. I've missed several passes because of life.
I maybe do 2 passes every other day. I don't have energy at this point. Hopefully once like the week after 4th ends, things will calm down and I'll have more time for life. Also, I was double attacked by 2 of my idle games, and my boy being the ultimate prize. So I've been grinding in those for the little spare time I had. I honestly I had forgotten that Edo was coming up. I honestly thought it was VOT, so like I wasn't prepared to think about this one.
I thought it was VOT too.
Yeah.
And then I woke up and I was like, oh, it's also an event that Sarah doesn't like, but it's not her least favorite event.
Very, very true. And like what time I am spending on it is going as per usual, my normal, lovely. Yes. I just opened the third warehouse. It took, let's see, the first warehouse has 30. It took me 20 boxes. The next one has, I think, 60. It took 40 chests in that one. So I'm just like, I have 8 keys to my name right now. I have no hopes for this. I'm at the point where I'm just like, YOLO, we'll see what happens and hope I just at least keep fighting the Koban chests. Otherwise, I don't care. I would do my best. I'm getting some of my lower level Kiwis up at least a level at this point, just like that last little bit, so they're no longer just in the 30s chilling. So I'm like, okay.
So that's Edo. I think we're all just kind of going, woo, doesn't matter. So besides the events that we've had, what else has happened within everyone's games? I'll start really quickly. I have one short one. I know I've at least an episode or two have kind of been talking about my Rambu levels and complaining that I only need like one more Sada. Well, I got that one Sada that I needed like yesterday, I think. And he's now max Rambu level. I am very happy. I'm sorry, Kenshin, you will have to wait. I'm moving on to trying to max out my last 2 remaining smithable walkies, which include Urashima and Monoyoshi.
That's always really exciting, though, hitting that last one.
I did nothing new this event, so I've done nothing really new lately except for cry at Koban loss. And background is pretty. I love the background. That's it.
I got the new background earlier this month. I got it around the same time as I ended up caving and getting the Hakusan outfit. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. My Fox baby deserves it. I have been in Kiwi training chaos mode for the past like month and a half, trying to get boys leveled up and kick them out. So I felt really bad that, of all of the Shinsengumi blades, Kane-san still had not gone out yet.
Oh.
So I finally got him taken care of and kicked him out.
Yay!
Sengo and Tombo, they went out and had their fun on their journey. Hocho, Akita, they're gone. They came back. Jiro, they all went and had a grand old time, and they came back all pretty and strong for me, which is great fun. And now I only have 4 more left.
Wow.
Just 4 more to send out, and I will be settled with the Kiwi, and we're good.
Who else do you need to send out?
I need to send out Aizen, Mirare, Nihongo. My thing is only showing me 3. That's cool. Now I'm confused.
Did you just send out someone?
I only have 3, so yay. Rip.
One left.
I think the 4th one was actually Tonbo. But he got kicked off of my event team, and I traded him out for the Goes.
Now you just need to get the rest of your non-Kiwame bubble swords to level 99.
And we're making progress, slowly but surely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play favorite. Hey, my lowest sword is like in the 60s.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's really not. Like, my levels aren't bad.
Is it like Konkin or something? Because
I think so, actually. Okay, so the snake's Kokin's 44 and Jizo's 56. But other than that, my lowest blade is Nenekiri, and he's 71.
Wow.
So, we're working there. We're working.
That level gap is understandable. They are brand new swords that they've only been in the game for roughly a month at this point.
They were on my UTC team until they decided to nope. And I decided to go for Kiwame hopefuls instead. So it's been a decent month in Touken for me.
Of course, we had updates come out for the month of July, probably in commemoration for the upcoming Village of Treasures event. The new casual outfits are, of course, Odenta Mitsuyo, Sohaya no Tsurugi, and Juzumaru Sunetsugu. Cue Sarah screaming in delight.
That was beautiful.
That was just perfect.
I'm just, vocalizing the screaming that's been going on in my soul since that first tease.
We knew this was gonna happen at some point.
Yeah. The hilarious thing in all of this, literally the night before, Jesse's like, "Who do we think it is?" And I'm like, literally to myself, I was like, it might be the Mike Bros. I'm like, nah, they won't. They'll probably save like this for later so that they can do like the Tink of 3 together. Well, technically 4 with Oni, but anyway, I was like, nah, they won't. So I'm like, and of course, I wake up to that.
He smiles.
He does, and they're all so pretty. And the fact that both of the freaking Mike are like with the little bracelets to match and are such happy babies. Yes, I love them. I'm very attacked, and I snicker at all of the fan art though for Sohaya no Tsurugi, where they're like, "Disco ball Sohaya."
I was just gonna say, I know I mentioned this to you guys, but when I was looking at Sohaya, I was like, something's just off. I don't know what's up with it. And I looked at it. I just kind of stared at his picture, and I was like, his head does not proportionally match to his body? Is that just me? It's like they drew the new outfit with the body, and it was like, I'm gonna be mildly lazy and grab the head from my previous work with Sohio and stick it on here. And it was like, oh, I drew the body just a little bigger. No one will notice. I'm sorry, it just does look like that. Odenta looks fine. I'm like, what happened to Sohio?
I love how the artist is thriving right now. They're very excited. They just this morning did another piece of work where they're just like with the Mike doing like a little fist bump showing off their bracelets.
Oh,
Cute.
And of course, we just have Juzu out here.
She looks fabulous.
And his hair is gorgeous. Am I the only one though that gets very much land sect feels from his yukata with the clouds?
I really like the clouds. I can kind of see it, yeah.
He's very pretty. These 3 are very gorgeous. They're very bright and they fit them all very well. And they didn't just leave Odenta dark, which was nice. So yeah.
That was nice. Of course, with the implementation of these casual outfits, as we mentioned before, we're getting the Village of Treasures event that will be where we will get the background musics for the above mentioned swords. Yay! More struggle for Sarah. It's her favorite event. And
well, this next month is gonna be fun, people. It's all good. Everything's fine. Everything's on fire, but it's okay. Just like all the swords, it's okay.
ouch! Low blow, Sarah. Low blow.
You should be proud of that. Let's move on.
Alright, we'll move on. As I mentioned before, we are getting another guaranteed +1 internal affairs campaign. It is probably going to be implemented either towards the end of Village of Treasures, with how the track record's going, or right in the middle. I don't know. We're gonna get one. Also, at some point during the month, most likely after Village of Treasures 16, maybe right in the middle of it. I don't know. We're going to be getting a smithing campaign for Chatanakiri because we're getting ready for our summer regiment battle. And also in preparation for the event is going to be the summer regiment battle training campaign. So with this campaign, there is going to be an experience increase. It is going to be ×2 for normal nodes, of course, the ×5 for Kebishi nodes, and there's increased experience for PvP.
I always thought that was, well, not always, it was the first time that it's there, which is why it struck me, because we never see an XP increase for PvP. I guess they're like, yay, go out and fight each other.
I always forget during PvP.
Yeah. And then like so many of the times, like once you're in high levels, you'll go in and everyone will be like level 90 plus Kiwi teams, like just like nope, nope. Not worth it some days.
My favorite is finding the one unit on the list with one blade.
Yep.
It's like, okay, bye, we're done.
But yeah, and of course we're gonna get the Summer Regiment battle with a brand new sword. As previous regiments, if you have Chiogane Maru and or Chatanakiri on your team, you're going to probably get that 150% increase to your seashells. It's probably gonna be the seashells again.
Rainbow seashells, please.
Oh my god, rainbow seashells. Also, be really interesting is if like you have one, it's ×1.5, like how if you have like a regular Hakata, but if you have both, it would be ×2. That would be really, really nice.
Ooh, that really would.
Because I know Regiment, I think, is the only event right now, like as of, I think, wow, was it last year? When they had the, hey, if you get to like 200, it was like 200,000 and 300,000 points, you would get an additional Nene Kirimaru or something. And I was like, what now? It's the only event that like goes way above and beyond the normal points. So maybe this is their way of trying to balance that and incentivize people.
At least it set a good enough standard that they were like, okay. So like with the goes or whatever during the other VOT, they did at least you could get a dupe up to so.
Mm-hmm. But the number wasn't too terribly high.
True.
It was like 120,000, and I was like, that's not bad compared to trying to get to 300,000 to get 3 nenes. So, ouch. But of course, we have theories of who this new sword is.
We do. Because we know that Chiyo and Chatanakiri are famous Okinawan blades. But we also know that there's a third that is just as famous as the two of them. And sadly, I cannot find that name tonight. But that will be confirmed or denied upon future news.
It's highly likely it is going to be them. And potentially we're going to be getting, because it is the summer and this event is most likely going to be running through the very end of July into August, I would not be surprised if we get the light outfits for Chiogane Maru and Chatanakiri as well. Like we've gotten the Mike Bros and Juzu because of VOT.
Perhaps. That is a really intriguing thought.
Because I know the last Village of Treasures, we had the outfits for Kotegiri Go and Buzen Go surrounding the well-known Go event. So maybe they're, with some of the events, they're trying to pair up swords. There's lots of other options. We still have the Kobizun blades, as Sarah said, and the Sanjo blades, and the Genji Bros, and a couple of others spread throughout that still don't have their outfits that I know people would definitely clamor for.
Koryu and Hanya.
I'm surprised they didn't get them, but Azuki and Genshin have their light outfits. Weird. With that, we are done with all of the game-related news. So, let's hop into our merchandise. Sarah, would you like to start us off with our first adorable item?
Happily. So first up, we got the announcement for mini wallets. There'll be 18 types, a collaboration with the artist Keto Prayer of Sword Boys and Fruit. I die every time I see the art for any of these. We've had before several other little things that are hilarious and precious, like water bottles, I believe at one point even had something. And now we have mini wallets. We already know well that like Sword Boys and Fruit are a perfect pairing. And I
Pairing.
just
These are so cute. I think most of them are usually in kind of groups, either based off of their swordsmith. Like I know there's one with the Kunihiro blades, and then there's the three spears. But I think Miko's the only one who has his own wallet, and he's surrounded by grapes. Adorable artwork of the boys just either doing stuff either separately across the wallet or together, because the Kunihiro blades are kind of like walking across together. Same thing with sword ones. I think there's also a Date wallet. So we also have the Torupaka umbrella markers. They are a kuji, unfortunately. And this is the second set, and this includes little keychain markers for Kogitsune Maru, Ishikiri Maru, Odenta Mitsuyo, Sohei no Tsurugi, Hira no Toshiro, Maida Toshiro, Izumi no Kami Kanesada, Horikawa Kunihiro, Heshikiri Hasube, Furu Yukimitsu, Shishio, Nansen Ichimonji, Yamabagiri Chogi, and Hakusan Yoshimitsu. I know, Jesse, you said you have one or two of these?
Yeah, so got to last, oh, when was that? Earlier, the beginning of this year, maybe? Or last November. I got two and Kami got one. She was low-key hoping to get the Mikazuki one, but not wanting to say that. Didn't get him, I don't think. But I ended up getting Kashu and Mamba and being completely happy because they're so freaking adorable.
I love their little designs. They're so cute.
They're so cute, and they're so like, because a lot of people in Japan have like the standard clear 7-Eleven umbrellas, right?
Yep.
Because when you're out and it just starts raining, especially like this time of year, you just go and get the cheapest one you can find. But then if you stuck it in an umbrella stand with the rest of the world, or city as it may be, if you have an extra charm on there, you can make sure you grab yours, or that someone else doesn't grab yours. And it's just a really cute idea, and I love it.
Like you said, this is like the perfect time for them because we're getting into the rainy season for Japan, so there's definitely a need for umbrellas.
Most definitely. It's already begun, I believe. According to messages from my friends, the rain has begun.
We also have the lampshade puzzles that feature Mikazuki Munechika, Higekiri, Hima no Tsurugi, and Kasen Kanesada. They will be released in July, but pre-orders are available now. I know I've seen these on AmiAmi when I've been looking at Touken Rambi merch, and they're really pretty. They're kind of like this bowl shape. I think the bowl is clear and plastic and kind of see-through-ish, so the light will be able to shine through. And then you build the puzzle around it. So it's kind of a bit like normal puzzle, but on a curved surface. And the artwork is really cool. Most of the pictures are actually depicting it with the light on, and it shines through it wonderfully. So if you like a lot of these incredible puzzle merchandise that comes out with Touken Ranbu, and you want a really pretty light with your favorite boy, go get it. It's looks great, and I think the price isn't that bad either. I think I wouldn't say it's more than like $12 to $15.
And I would suggest going soon though, because I think I saw it recently on AmiAmi too. And like one of them already had to close their orders, if I remember, because like so many people had bought out like what they had.
Of course, it's the Mikazuki and the Higekiri ones, of course,
Okay.
are already sold out. But do not fret if AmiAmi is your usual spot to get something. I'm pretty certain Animate and stores will probably have them. It's just the pre-order is closed. But always wait for when the item actually releases, because things will always come back up on order.
Maybe it'll shine some light on things. I'll take my bad puns back to bed.
Yeah. You do that.
I was just gonna add in that sometimes the puzzles weren't actually found at Animate, but at other hobby stores. if you're in
Yes.
Japan and trying to find them, I was always surprised to see them at the various hobby type stores, like
Like the
in the
trains.
mall, like the trains. They have specific puzzle stores,
Oh, cool.
which are really cool. And they're really small, but you just walk in and it's like, wow, puzzle. But they also have like rubber straps and random little merch for anime and games and Touken included. And so fun bonus shopping adventure there. But they also had some of the lamp puzzles when I was there too, which I remember thinking that was a really cool idea. So seeing these come back out, if you're trying to find them in Japan and can't find them at Animate when they do release, check the hobby puzzle stores. They're really cool.
You're probably more likely to find them there than at the major retailers too.
Well, moving on. Next up, we have Gokutai and Yagen Toshiro Sake. That will be available July 1st to the 31st, and they are lovely. The bottles themselves look very similar to their uniforms, and the color schemes are, of course, their own. So they're very elegant looking, much more refined than you would expect.
Similar to the Hasebe one that we had like a month or two ago. Just beautiful color to the bottle and a interesting kind of tassel thing that represents who the sword is. I have to admit, the regular sake line bottles are just, they put so much work into them. They're beautiful, but they're way more expensive than the sparkling sake. That's just cute boy on the label and a box. Speaking of major retailers, as we mentioned before, Animate Cafe, I'm pretty certain, is either going on right now or is supposed to be set to go. All I knew before about the Animate Cafe was towards that part of it, and I thought it was just going to be like little acrylic keychains, but these acrylic keychains are not just keychains, they're also standees. They also have can badges and the usual coasters for the cafes with coaster folders. So that will be the merchandise available with this cafe. I know they also released the drinks as well. Some of them are really cute. I think there's like some kind of yellow thing in a little coffee cup. It looks like a creme brulee. I don't know. It could be some just yellow drink. And it has one of the troop figures like sticking on it. So it's supposed to be golden troop. And I'm like, that's so cute. Oh my gosh.
Ingenious.
Mm-hmm. They have really ingenious ideas. I know there's something to do with like the expedition pigeon as well, with like some Sinbad crackers or something. I don't know. It's really cute. Whoever makes these drinks for the anime cafes, they're so smart. Or any of these like anime related cafes that we see, because they just go all out with the drink themes.
And speaking of very pretty good boys that are like kind of attempting to kill everyone, hand engraved seals. We just got the announcement for those, featuring Yamamigiri Chogi, Yamamigiri Kunihiro, Kasten Kanesada, and O Kurikara. These seals are gorgeous. From the seals themselves to the box they're in. Oh my goodness. Screams of like, why are they so gorgeous and amazing?
I'm just curious, it's like, when would you ever use these seals? I understand people have like their own seals for like business things or really important legal things, but when would you use a kata seal? I don't care. They're beautiful.
I love how ingenious they're getting with their merchandise lately. Plus, like, going with the fact that so many of them are elegant slash pretty, and then like choosing some interesting swords to do it with. Like, Costin, of course, is going to be something literary based. He's like, of course, I'm here. I'm here to look fabulous and gorgeous. Let's do this elegantly. And then we've got Car over here just like,
When I was looking at them originally, I knew just looking at them, I was like, okay, that's Chogi's, that's Mamba's. And I didn't, because of the picture I had, you couldn't really see the symbol very well for Kasen's. And I saw that the coloring of it was this pink. And I was like, oh, they actually make something Midare related? So I thought it was Midare until I looked and I was like, oh, no, that's Kasen's swirly crest. Whoops. Never mind. I'm sorry, Kase. You're usually
Rip.
purple, not pink. We also, Kadokawa released the newest Touken Rambu anthology comic. These are really cute, fun, extra things. They're official, but not official. These anthology comics are really cute. You can kind of see more of like the everyday life of the swords, very similar to what we get in Maru, and just seeing other artists' perspectives of the Citadel. And I'm pretty certain that should already be on sale right now.
And speaking of getting to see daily life at the Citadel, in case you've been missing enjoying your daily life at the Citadel on Easy Access that's not waiting for streaming services, the Hanamaru Blu-ray and DVD box sets will be available coming up in the next few months. Season 1 comes out August 26th, and Season 2 will come out September 30th.
Many of you who are from the West, you're probably thinking, well, what was so special about these box sets? I don't know if they've had the box sets released already. These might be a re-release. But in Japan, when series come out, the DVD part 1 comes out and it has maybe 2 to 3 episodes per box. And they're almost the price of what a box set would be here in the States. So I think it takes a while for box sets to come out in Japan. And a lot of the DVDs and Blu-rays getting released for series usually come out simultaneously or within like a couple of weeks to a month after the series airs in Japan. So it's pretty much almost as soon as it comes out. I do know when I did research on this, it seems like there's going to be some pre-order or reservation bonuses at certain stores and some extra additional things within these box sets. So keep an eye on that. I know Amazon Japan will give you certain things that Animate won't, or what's one of the other major stores that has a bunch of these pre-order things?
Toho Animation Store, Animate. Those are the main 3 that will usually have them, but sometimes Rakuten.
If you want the Japanese release with potentially some extra stuff that's not on the Funimation Blu-ray and or DVD box set that you might have. I own the Funimation one, and it was pretty expensive. But I love it.
Yasuzara, 16 freaking months and the freaking tree. Watch me cave and do it. Watch me cave and do it.
And move into Behind the Blade, still close to the topic of merchandise. I know with all of the COVID-19 stuff going on in the world, forced both the Wanpaku store and the Touken Ranbu General store to get delayed and halted, and a lot of the merch has been put online for certain things, especially Wanpaku. We did get an announcement that the general store for the Osaka location, where it was supposed to go after Tokyo, I think Tokyo at least had most of its time there. So I don't think they were as concerned about trying to reopen the Tokyo store. It was the Osaka one. Has been pushed back to the 21st of August through September 6th, and it's going to be at the Osaka Sanko ATC Hall. They did say in this same post that due to just circumstances, the date might not be set and they could push it back again. Just keep an eye out. Definitely, if you're international at this point, I would not try and go to Japan to go to the general store. This is mostly for people who live in the area and for those who are trying to get merch.
So last month they just finished rebroadcasting Hanamaru Season 1, and they announced that they're starting next week, July 3rd. They're going to rebroadcast Katsugeki Touken Ranbu every Friday night, not Sunday night, and also earlier in the night instead of like midnight. It's going to be at like 11. Get a little bit of an earlier crowd with the Katsugeki and the pain and feels that brings. But so if you want to rewatch along with them, if you're in Japan, check out your local listings. You can also rewatch along with them if you're in outside of the country too, whatever streaming service you best prefer. Chances are they'll share a little thing about it coming out weekly, just like they did with the Hanamaru one, saying thanks for watching. It's been really fun watching those come out. Speaking of Friday, today is Saturday, but yesterday was Friday, and that brought us our last Kuronosuke Citadel observation for now. As we talked about him last month and probably a little bit the month before too. He finally completed his Citadel observations, bringing us pictures of daily life of citadels from all over, and holy cow, all of the pictures were generally really cute. And this last batch was a whole attack and a half. I was hit quite hard, but I am thriving, and I love it. And I thank Kuronosuke for stopping by, and may his departure leave our citadels safe and sound in the days to come.
I have to admit, the art from his last night was so cute, because did he leave behind Aburage for Konosuke to enjoy?
I think so.
Because Konkon was on the ground, rolling happily, and there's just a plate filled with Aburage. One of them looked like Kuronosuke, and one of them looked like Konosuke. And it was just like, he's so cute. And I think he seemed happier. I don't think he seemed as grumpy when he was leaving.
It was probably like a farewell plate of aburage. Like, let's eat it together before you go. He's so cute.
The useless duo plus Bommy art, they were doing a bunch of things that have to do with sanitation and safety going through with the COVID-19 stuff. But I can't
Don is
remember
wearing a mask. Otagina is washing his hands, and
That
Bommy
was
is
it.
gargling.
Yeah, I was like, okay, it makes sense. Kine is washing his hands. You need to wash your hands thoroughly to prevent the spread. So if you're like me and you just subconsciously touch your face, you don't want to touch your face after touching something that probably had something icky on it. Of course, wearing your mask, like Danu's doing. And I was like, why is Bommy? Like, what is he doing? And Jesse, of course, had to fill me in.
So, fun fact. In Japan, you are trained from a very young age that whenever you come in from outside, you wash your hands and you gargle, especially in flu season. Now they just added in a mask. And honestly, all of the sword art from with those three things has me dead. This one was especially cute, but they also had one with the ghost. It was very similar. 3 little tricks to stay happy and healthy. Wash your hands, gargle, and wear a mask.
So if you've missed any of these, you can go and find all of them on the Touken Rambu Twitter. They're all posted there. You might have to dig through some of their announcements for event-related stuff, but they're all really cute, adorable. I love them. Like, I don't think there's one that I didn't enjoy, even if it was a sword I just didn't care about. Like, there was a Sanchomo one that I was just like, that art is just beautiful. Oh my gosh, and I think Nonsen's just sleeping there, being a cat.
I'm still dying over the Oda babies of like them having Soza, Yagen, and Fudo playing with origami.
Yes.
I'm still dead over that.
The Sada art was hilarious because he's in the kitchen with Chogi, Kasen, and Shoku, and then in the background you see Horikawa, Akane-san, and Butchan, and there's a boar, and I'm like, did they kill the boar for dinner that they're preparing?
Kasen and Kara just standing there like, oh my god, they actually killed the boar. They actually did it.
Are they chasing after it? Did they kill it? And Jesse's like, I think it is dead because the X's. And I was like, that's what I think it is. And it has the little anime dead X eyes.
They also gave Mamba an eggplant with really funny looking parts to it. Like it looks like a person going, yeah. He's so confused by it.
I'm still just dying over freaking fish. Because Jesse went and made a comment. Shoku still doesn't have his fish after the stage play. So Sada's now got his fish, and I'm just like,
Yes.
someone give him his fish back.
I mean, Shoku could have given Sada the fish. It's not likely, but I think he could have.
I don't know if I would trust Sada with a knife and a fish.
He looks way too excited for anything safe in the kitchen. Unless he's just had like 6 cookies or something.
His expression reminds me of this fan art for Haikyuu years ago, where they're on training camp and Noya's standing there like, tonight we dine, but then the building's on fire.
I'm pretty certain I've seen that.
And then the
Yeah,
fire's
it's the
just
same.
reflected in his eyes. And that's the vibe I get from that. And I would like to blame Hashimoto. I am forever attacked by Koryu asleep on the taiyaki pillow.
All right, that's it for Behind the Blade. We'll move into our last section, which of course is our live action or our 2.5D productions. I'll let Sarah and
Woo!
Jesse cover this. I will say this before we get into it. I have tried doing better at keeping up with the boys and the social medias. I'm doing better, and I'm getting better at names.
Okay, let's go. Live action news. It was a great news time for the Kisho world. My Kotagiri heart is thriving. Our first bit of news we had for Kisho, which was really the only bit of news. The first single for Kisho went on sale and is available for streaming. So if you use Spotify, all of those songs are on there. If you use iTunes and want to buy it, it's all on there too. Or if you want to buy the hard copies, you can also find those and get the pretty little jackets that go with it. The full music video is also now available on YouTube. Before it was just the short version, but now we get the full one, so we get to see them in their beautiful splendor. And with the announcement of the music video being available and the singles being released, all of the kids are excited, especially knowing that the singles and songs are available at karaoke in Japan. I know I see at least 3 of the Kisho boys still on my Twitter, which have started playing favorites for me. They're all very excited, especially Kodagiri's actor, who really wants to go to karaoke now. And he's like, please go, but please be safe when you do. But if you go and you find there's like the 2 karaoke systems in Japan, right? There's Live Dam or Damnation. I think it's Live Damnation, actually. They only have Yakusoku no Sora, the single. But if you get Joy Sound, they have all the single songs and the actual music video for Yakusoku no Sora when you sing that one. Choose Joy Sound. Don't be like me and choose the wrong one. And you get to finally learn song names if you've seen the live. Like freaking Rose song over here with the sadistic part in the middle, found out that song's called S, which makes sense.
Ha.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who sings that again.
Akashi, Otagine, and Kodagiri.
It makes sense for Akashi.
But not
Based
the
off
other
of-
two.
No,
and
not
so
the
it's
other
just
two.
like, okay.
Randomly gives freaking Otagine the line about burning. It's fine.
It's fine.
Plus the fact that you can also watch the full music video on YouTube right now and die a little bit more too. A lot of the kids, as soon as the announcement like release was out, were just like, please go watch. It's really fun. We enjoyed it.
They also announced that the full album for Kisho with the musical songs, the live songs, all of that mess, that will go on sale in August. So that date has been set too. So keep your eyes on for that one and we'll cover it later.
And it's very tempting when we're trying to save money for new phones, but you're like, music.
Which leads us to our next bit of key news, though not key show. Sarah, what have we got here?
Keaton! One of
Yay!
our wonderful, struggling, dense versions of our Touste news. Recently, if you all recall, we did have the announcements about Keaton, which is the upcoming stage play for Touken. That includes like Kasen, Shogi, all of those babs. Well, it is not canceled, but they transitioning it to the simple scripted play instead. This way they can keep up with like social distancing and everything. Not sure how, but that's their goal right now. See how it goes.
What
And I
exactly
believe-
does that mean? Simple scripted.
That means no song, no dance. They're treating it kind of like a memories of what happened and not actually here's what happened.
Oh, interesting.
I believe they're planning on doing like the full thing the year after. Just right now, this is what they're doing since they've rented out like all of the theaters and such. So I feel like I saw an announcement about them trying to like reschedule for the next year.
It's possible.
Don't quote me
It's
on that,
entirely
people.
possible.
I have not really fully slept since then, so don't quote me on this, everyone. But maybe, possibly, have hope. We're not completely losing our boys. But to go with everything, they did release visuals for a historical figure and a cast member, quote unquote, professional storyteller.
They released the historical figure visuals for like Hosokawa Tadaoki and crew, which fun fact, it's the same actor that was in Akatsuki. Woo,
Awesome.
repeat! All of his historical figure crew, but this bonus professional storyteller is basically like a narrator to help the story along without like an impartial storyteller.
So kind of
Is my
flashing
understanding.
a little bit towards like what they did with the narrator in Soga, sort
A
of.
little bit, but not an actual character. Like the narrator was a character in that one too. I think this one's just gonna be more to the side.
It'll be an adventure, no matter what. Watch everyone enjoy this character more than they thought.
Probably.
Quite likely. I mean, it's Touken.
And to go along with this play, the goods did go on sale. DMM currently has them. I know that much. I'm sure there's other places. DMM's just the one I can think of off the top of my head. This includes, and is probably not limited to, you can buy individual bromide sets for each of the characters, both the swords and our historical figures. I know at least insert lady's name here, please, that I can spell, but I can't say. Gracia.
Garasha.
Thank you. Yes, I know it definitely includes her set. There are random bromides for sale, as well as our lovely like standees, a very funny looking but kind of clever standee posable little wand thing so you can take selfies and all these kinds of things. Your usual like ticket case, bromide box, really, really pretty shirt, which has like Cossen's flower on it. There's a pouch, but there's also face masks on sale as part of the goods for each character. And no shame if you do, because I used a proxy and got one. It is literally color coded for every sword that's in the play. Let me preface that. And it's embossed with their crest. So they're very lovely. They look very comfortable. Very clever for them to sell those right now. Like, I feel like they're going to sell a lot more of those than they expect. Definitely check out the good sales.
One of them also already sold out from one of the sellers. Kosen. They had to share an official tweet about it, like the mask for Kosen Kanesada is now sold out.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
They're
I think there
actually
was
not
one
that
other with
much.
him, but I can't remember which one.
I have to
That was
admit
my
the
only comment.
price for the face masks actually isn't bad. It's only about like what, $10?
$10, about $10 US, yeah.
And they're the ones that are gonna like really fit to your face. They're not gonna like be too small or fall off. Like,
Even if we can't like be on stage acting with each other thoroughly, we at least have all these pretty pictures of us doing so. So at least I had all that done before COVID really picked up, which is good. And last little point for Keaton before we move on is that the in-game lottery for the next stage performance is up and running. So good luck if you're trying. Have faith. May you get to see it if that is your goal.
I just have one little bit of news. We got the announcement that Utawase's DVD and Blu-ray release has been announced and decided on and announced for July 22nd. Rip all of that money too, because that behind the scenes is a need. That whole hard copy is a need. Oh, I was attacked really hard by the trailer. Freaking goes out to kill my heart. But all is well.
What we also recently got the new visual for Soga that are set to start at the end of August. Soga, which is Higekiri and Hizumaru's solo stage. Also, the fact that just as of the 20th or 26th of this past month, June, Higekiri and Hizumaru were aired as part of the Japan Cultural Expo, which they managed to do the recordings back in March before COVID picked up. So as of June 20th, they aired it. Hige and Hiza had fun. So much of like Soga performance is based off of very traditional values and like scenes. So that's part of what got them included. And they did wonderful from what I heard. I did not get to see it.
wait, are they redoing Soga? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soga has a 2020 performance too. They announced that at the end of Soga last year.
I kind of forgot about
Hopefully
that.
it's a continuation of a certain ending of Hex that attacks the heart. So there's actually someone working on subtitles for Soga. They got a very solid kick of motivation after both the visual and the timeline on Twitter spamming of like pictures of the boys from the cultural expo. They're dying, of course, because very traditional and like certain lines that would translate it and then wanting to translate it one way and just being like trying to stay with the this is what it is and not just putting it in slang.
Bless them. Thank you.
Hopefully at some point there will be subtitles for it so we can all enjoy the words as well to go with our lovely dose of pain that is the whole Soga storyline.
I don't like
Yeah.
suffering alone. I need
that-
that to be out so that others can suffer with me. I believe that wraps up our live action corner.
That is everything for the month of June. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you want to keep up to date when we upload our podcast or for maintenance related posts or any other thing related to Touken Rambu, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Touken Rambles. You can find our podcast on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, Google, and anywhere else you might listen to podcasts. Bye!
Bye.
Bye bye.